Looks like there's a bunch more buildings right over there too. Damn, this whole area is just kind of littered with them. Damn, this area is nuts. Look how big this is. So these must have been more homes for the miners. Wow. There was somebody standing there, I swear. Someone's just standing there right at that orange pole thing. And I like waved to him. And then for some reason he just took off all the way down there. Think of a reason why the guy would have seen me and just taken off like that, but... Well, that's interesting. So those two vans that were here earlier are gone. Just clawing at the sky, the radio had cut out miles ago, leaving only the sound of the trees humming against the crackling asphalt. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell? What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new adventure. This is one that I have been wanting to do for quite some time now, and we finally made it. I drove about 3 hours almost from Tokyo through some of the craziest roads I have ever seen. Like literally the last 3-kilometer stretch of road coming in here was super sketchy. Alright, I definitely was not expecting this today. What the hell? Here's some crazy roads. But we made it to what's known as Nichitsu Chichibu Works. That's a bit of a mouthful. So basically what this place used to be was an old mining town. At one point there used to be 3,000 people here. The mines actually date back to the early 17th century and then was acquired by Nichitsu Corporation, hence the renaming of the village in 1937. By the 1980s, a lot of the mines were completely depleted and there was a major decline. And I don't know if like anyone's here. I'm a little confused and I'll show you why. I don't know if this is considered kind of like an actual tourist location or just a straight up abandoned one, but there is a lot to explore here. We got about 3 hours worth of daylight. We're probably going to stay into the evening as well. We might even camp out here or somewhere in the area. This area is extremely eerie. Like just driving through here for the last hour has been so quiet. It's dark, it's gloomy, it's raining a little bit as well, but let's get to exploring this place. This is really cool. Smash the like button and let's start the adventure. So far I have not been down that way. There's a couple buildings here just as you pull in. There was even a bunch more like up the street. I have no idea, like, does someone come and run this place? Why it's confusing is because there's literally a vending machine and you can see that it has power, I think. Like some of the buttons are on. I'm not quite sure what this is all about. It's just kind of like, yeah, don't go there, go this way. I don't know. I'm a little confuzzled right now, but let's see what these buildings are and then we're going to make our way further in. There are other people here. There's like 2 vans, but no people, just vans. So I don't really know, but this is quite cool so far. There's a lot of stuff in there. So apparently there's also like a really neat looking hospital building. It kind of looks like they used this for something. I don't really know what, but yeah, there's apparently like a really cool hospital building. There's like an old doctor's office that's just full of stuff. I'm kind of wondering what that building is, but we're gonna make our way a little bit further in first and then we'll see what else there is. So I came a little further up the road just to kind of get another vantage point. I'm gonna actually send up the drone and kind of get an idea of this place. So there's like two guys, they're all the way down there. I think this is their car here. And they're just like fishing on the river, like no F's given. So I don't know. I don't know if I can just like walk in here. So that's the deal with some of like abandoned places. Like if there's no one to really ask permission, I don't see why I can't just go. I mean, I would go down and like cross the river, but I don't really want to do that. So just bear with me for a second. We're going to try and figure this out. But at the very least, the place is very picturesque, very creepy looking. Apparently it's got quite the haunted history to it. I mean, I imagine a lot of people over the last 300 years have probably died in this area due to, you know, mining accidents and all of that stuff. But wow, is this place ever impressive. Like, I just don't want to cause any trouble. I literally just want to walk in there and explore. I'm going to walk down here first. The main entrance is this way. There's just a random truck there in the middle of the road. I don't even know where those guys went. I would ask them. But wow. This is freaking epic. Damn. Like, just take it all in. A lot of the structures look like they're collapsing or on the verge of collapse. What a neat place. Alright guys, so I don't know why this place was recommended to me, and it was probably something that people explored at some point in time. But the issue is that apparently this company is still active, and I can see what looks like relatively new buildings right over there. So I do think that they are still somewhat actively using the property. It's just so hard to tell, especially because it's a Sunday. So unfortunately, it looks like we made a little bit of a mistake coming out here. However, I have found a few spots that are nearby that we're going to go and do those instead. I guess this was kind of cool to look at for like 2 seconds, but we're going to head over to the other spots. They're more like forested areas, and I think there's other abandoned in this area. We're just going to keep roaming around and basically just see where we end up last, and that's where we're going to end up camping and investigating for at least a little while until we end up heading back to Tokyo. Reason why I got to head back tonight is because I actually have to drop off the rental car, unfortunately, and then I'm actually heading over to the Philippines in just about 2 days. Alright, this spot is really cool. Look at this. There's like a little waterfall right here. That's awesome. So it does seem like there's a bunch of stuff like to explore. There's another abandoned building right there. So what I think is I'm gonna keep going up this forested mountain road, and it's a little bit tricky, so got to drive really slow because there's a lot of fallen rocks, and I do not want to get stuck out here. So we'll keep going up. Apparently there's a forested area that is connected to this place that a lot of people have died at, because there used to actually be a mine in there somewhere, and I mean, there's literally mines all around this area, so tons of history. I mean, it dates back to 300 years ago. And I do believe that there's probably a few of the old settlements where a lot of the miners used to live, and we're going to try and go and find them. Well, we found something. It looks like an old house, and the doors are wide open. A lot of them are broken, so I'm going to walk up there and see what the heck that thing even is. As soon as I can figure my way out around this thing. Might as well go on some sort of adventure today, since the mine itself was actually a bust. But this area is really cool, so at least it was kind of worth coming out here at the end of the day. But let's see what we have in here. Whoa. This is pretty cool. This would be like an epic camping spot, literally right here. Well, it looks like some sort of animal came through. Probably a deer. Okay, let's just try not to fall because this is kind of steep. Alright, let's see what we have in here. Yeah, it's definitely an old house. The floor is in a rough shape. Well, there's not really much going on in here. Half the frickin' structure is completely fallen apart. Seems to be really empty in there as well. It's not really anything, to be honest. There's some old, like, newspapers and books and stuff there on the ground. What do we have on this side? Just some straw. Alright, well, this building's not worth much. Alright, well, I just found, like, one of the coolest freaking things ever. Just 2 feet up from the, well, not really 2 feet, but a few meter drive from that house, and there's this. Holy, this thing looks ancient. I bet you this thing's probably been here for like hundreds and hundreds of years. There's offerings and stuff. Is it snowing? Oh shit, it is snowing. Well, I didn't really mentally prepare for today, apparently. Now it's deciding to snow. It's not even like that cold. Oh, there's another building right there. There's a whole bunch of stuff just scattered everywhere. Well, this is turning into kind of an interesting adventure. We're just kind of getting lost out in the middle of nowhere in Japan here. This is pretty wild. I swear I just heard a scream. It sounded almost like it came from the house that we were just at. Hello? Weird. Okay, whatever. Let's continue on, I guess. Whoa. So it's like off and on snowing right now. Hopefully it doesn't build up, because otherwise getting out with the Prius here. Oh no, we got gunk on the door. Anyway, so it looks like this was most likely all of the villagers' homes, if you will. So they didn't actually live on the same property of the mine. A lot of these buildings are falling apart, it looks like. Damn, I kind of just need to peek inside. Ugh. Oh yeah, look at that. Damn, there's like tons of stuff in there. If I can find a way in, I'm going in. Depending on how bad the floors are. So that definitely is a thing in Japan, so far that I've noticed anyways, is that I don't even know if I can continue up this road. A lot of the old buildings have like the worst floors you can possibly imagine, and it makes it pretty dangerous. Oh, look at this. There's tons of stuff in here. That's cool. It's like old crates and stuff. Okay, well, this is kind of a neat explore. It's like an old toy car. Engine oil. Oh. Pretty cool. Yeah, this was definitely a house at one point. So I think that's an old radio. Yeah, it looks like it. There's more houses up there. There's a giant fire extinguisher. Wow. This is pretty freaking cool. Look at all these little houses and buildings. There's tons of them. They're all just kind of scattered everywhere. I didn't even bring a light with me, which kind of sucks. And it's quite cold, actually. Wow, look at all that. Huh. It's pretty amazing that they used to, like, have to come up all this way just to get to their house or their room. I don't even know, like, as far as I know, I don't know what it was like back then, but most people now don't even own homes over here. They usually rent. Just gotta watch my step. Everything's all wet now. I don't even know how to get up to that one. I'm looking for like a set of stairs. I'm guessing it would have been that way. Oh yeah, look, all of that is all collapsing. Let's go this way actually. Whoa. Now that's pretty cool. I think we can get up there. I don't know what the hell happened over here. It looks like there was another house right there, and I guess it all just came crumbling down. There's another one back there. I'm thinking of going up this way, but to be honest with you, like, these structures are obviously in really, really rough shape, and I don't think it'd be worth dying over. So I'm gonna start going back down. At least it was kind of cool to see all of this. Clearly this area has a lot of history to it. So unfortunately you can only really explore parts of it, but I think we'll keep going up the street and see what else there is. You know, I really gotta say the walkways are quite interesting. Just kind of the way they're set up, because they don't really make much sense. Like it just kind of goes down to this way and then suddenly brings you back to the road. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Oh look, there's another building literally right there. Dude, these are just everywhere. Can we get to it? That is the question. Like, can you even actually get down from here? No. No, there's just a good sized drop. Actually, it looks like there's sort of steps right there. And then we can just kind of shimmy across. Since there's access, we might as well go up and take a glance, I suppose. Whoa. Looks like there's a bunch more buildings right over there too. Damn, this whole area is just kind of littered with them. There's an old TV, it looks like. What's on this side? Oh yeah. I love how there's literally just one thing of bamboo just right here. Just so random. And I know one of you guys pointed out that apparently bamboo is actually grass. It's not even really like a tree. Oh damn, this is a mess. Oh, there's like an old clock. Cool. Whoa. This whole building is just falling in on itself. Well, I could see now why they want to keep people out. Definitely makes sense. There's probably tons of cool shit under all the rubble too. Alright, let's back it up. There is one more building down here. I figured I'd at least come and check it out. They've sealed a lot of it off. Damn, this area is nuts. Look how big this is. So these must have been more homes for the miners. Wow. Damn, it is really starting to come down. There's more buildings over here. Unfortunately, we can't go in there. There's like a really old sign. There's a post here that says 12 kilometers. I don't really know why. So at this point, I'm kind of like debating what I'm gonna do. I know there's a bunch of good spots up that way that I would like to at least see, maybe find a camping spot, but I gotta keep an eye on the weather because this was pretty much all uphill, and if it gets too cold and it keeps snowing and raining and doing whatever it clearly wants to do, that means that these roads are going to freeze, which means we're going to get stuck in here, and I really do not want to do that. So I'll get a little further ahead and kind of play it by there, but currently it is 4 degrees Celsius, so we're still above freezing, but typically anything below 3 is when you kind of start running into problems. So if it goes below 3, unfortunately we're gonna have to turn this puppy around and start heading back, and then I guess we'll just figure it out from there. But I mean, this was kind of cool. Like, it wasn't a total bust. I was hoping to actually go in and explore the actual mine, but seeing as how that's a bit of a problem, we can't really just waltz right in there, right? So but we'll keep going and see what else there is. Well, this is what is going to become a bit of a problem. A lot of falling rocks, and once it gets dark, we won't be able to see these anymore, and we're just going to be driving into them. So let's just move the boulders out of the road, especially for other people who might be coming through a little bit fast and not notice them. I've had that happen to me on the highway before, and trust me, it is not fun when your rim literally explodes from a giant rock. Well, it's currently 3 degrees now, and in all honesty, I don't know, I'm just not really digging this area. If I had my Forester, no problem, but I don't want to destroy the Prius. It's not my car. So I think I'm gonna probably find a decent spot to turn around, and that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go backwards and find another possible camping spot, or just head back to Tokyo at this point. I don't know. I haven't really decided what we're doing just yet. Alright, so we just passed the actual mine again, and I just want to show you how freaking crazy this tunnel is. Like, this is not an ordinary tunnel. It is absolutely just freaking wild. This whole area is crazy. So I am on my way to go and find a campground, because like I said, this entire area is in fact haunted. Like, there's been many reports of weird things happening out here. It's probably due to the fact that there was so many miners and villagers and people who've passed away in these areas, especially from accidents. Damn, this is so nuts. Alright, that was really friggin' weird. So I was coming around this bend, and there was somebody standing there. I swear, someone's just standing there right at that orange pole thing, and I like waved to him, and then for some reason he just took off all the way down there. I have no idea why. Well, that was weird. Hello? I have not been down there yet. It's also kind of strange how there's just this random flat area. Thought I heard something. Kind of nervous about going down there. Like, who the hell did I just see? I swear I hear somebody. Hello? Like, why would they run off in this direction? For some reason I scared them. Yeah, it looked like they literally went, like, down there. I don't even know what the hell is down there, to be honest with you. Wait, why is there just a tire over here? Okay. Oh, wait, there's a whole bunch of tires. What the hell? Was somebody just doing something maybe they weren't supposed to do? Hello, is someone down there? Well, it looks like the river just bends. I guess we can go down and take a glance. We're about to run out of sunlight. I should probably go back and get my light, but I think we should be okay for a minute. Alright, what's the easiest way down there without breaking a leg? So I don't know if something like a building or something used to be over here. Oh yeah, there's like a little bit of a pathway. Dude, the guy was like bolting. How the hell did he even get down there this fast? And why are there so many wheels here? Strange. I wonder if there's like a mine or something down here. But that still doesn't really answer my question, like... Why would somebody just... Whoa. Go flying down there for literally no reason whatsoever? Hello, anybody down here? Konnichiwa? Sumimasen? I have learned a couple new words on this trip. Mainly, sumimasen, which is a very common phrase. Basically saying excuse me. It's like basically what everyone says over here. So I'm guessing they would have went down there? But why? Oh man. This just got super weird. Now I gotta know, like, what is this thing? I don't even know what that's all about. Hello? Well, it did get warmer. I will say that. Man, this is a really cool spot. I don't see anybody. Let's just go this way. Just like look over the edge, I guess. Whoa. Yeah, this is a cool spot. Are they back here? Hello? Damn, this just keeps going. Well, they must have kept going. For what reason, I have no idea. I can't think of a reason why the guy would have seen me and just taken off like that, but let's see what's back here. Kind of looks like it might just lead to a dead end. Hello? Well, not really. It kind of keeps going. Alright, I am really confused right now. Did I just see an actual person, or was that like an apparition? Like, that doesn't even... Because I want to keep going down that way, but the sun is going down really fast. Ooh, now I'm starting to get cold. Okay, I take it back. It's actually a little bit cold. Hello? That doesn't even make sense. Why? Why would they have just taken off like that? I don't know. Okay, well, I guess we'll get back to the car. I am getting a little bit hungry. I brought some food with me. Not a lot, but enough for tonight, I guess. Okay, that was a voice. Come on, show yourself. I don't know why you're hiding. What's that noise? Okay, I probably shouldn't be standing here before like one of these rocks fall on my head. I would go back there, but like I said, I don't have my lights on the camera right now, so I'm not gonna take a chance. But let's get back to the car. And I don't know, maybe I should like wait a little bit and see if this person decides to come back out. That was just like super weird. That didn't even make any sense. How strange. So I'm actually just processing this. I don't know if it's technically warm enough because the weather's been kind of weird the last 2 days, but we are definitely in viper territory, aka Japanese mamushis, which are highly venomous. And the reason why I know that is because there's a river, and that's usually where they like to hang. So I think maybe we'll just get back up that way and process what in the actual hell just happened. Let's just try not to step on any snakes, you know what I mean? Why is there just so much like junk over here? So clearly some of these tires have been here for a long time. Like there's one that's completely embedded in the dirt there. And I was also checking the wheels on my rental, and I'm going to show you guys this in a sec, but this is definitely not ideal for winter weather. Yeah, not good. Okay, so looking at the wheels here, this is these are more like summer tires. These are not even really like decent all seasons, and also the cap is missing. But yeah, like there's literally very little tread on the outs. The hell was that? Someone just literally hit the car. It almost sounded like somebody threw a rock at my car. What the f***? Okay, something really weird is going on. Hello? Can you not do that, please? I swear I hear somebody talking. Can't tell which direction it's coming from. I haven't really seen anybody apart from those guys who were fishing, but their car was gone by the time I was driving by, so they're clearly not here anymore. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna grab one of my foods, and you know what? I think maybe we'll camp out here for a little while and see if whoever the hell I saw comes back out. Like, it legit doesn't even make sense. Like, there's no other vehicles, so I don't know how they would have even gotten here. Makes no sense whatsoever. It's weird, I keep hearing like strange noises, and I forgot to point out earlier when we were back towards the mining area, like the actual mine itself, it sounded like some sort of machinery was running, and I was trying to figure out like where it was coming from. I didn't see anybody, like there's no workers, and I don't think they actually use this mine at all anymore. I think it's been completely depleted and all the buildings are just basically sitting there left to decay. They just still happen to obviously own the property. Of course now it's starting to rain, which is great. But yeah, it was weird. I kept hearing like as if there was machinery actually actively running on one side of the plant itself. Maybe we'll go back there. I mean, the sun's about to set, but maybe we'll go back there. Maybe we'll even run the spirit box. First I'm going to eat. I did stop at 7-Eleven and I got a chicken, mustard, honey, and mayo thing. And funny enough, normally they always give you chopsticks because, I mean, pretty much everything here in Japan, with the exception of maybe certain cuts of steak, they usually give you chopsticks, but sometimes they give you forks. For some reason the dude handed me a fork. I couldn't tell you why. I'm like pretty much a master with chopsticks at this point. When you can master grabbing a single piece of corn with chopsticks, I think you've pretty much gotten it. Right. Time to eat. I'm hungry. There's literally nothing around here. Like, nothing at all. No restaurants, obviously. Like, this place is legit in the middle of nowhere. This is God's country, that's for sure. This actually looks quite good. The one thing that's kind of driving me crazy is that there's so many fried foods here. That actually is quite good. The flavor's a little bit strong. I swear, I keep hearing people talking. I'm just trying to listen. I'm gonna actually run the spirit box here too, and just see if we can communicate. Yeah, that was a weird sound. It legit sounded like there was a car coming. There's a tunnel right over here, but no car came through. Yeah, I definitely hear a car. Okay, there is a car coming. Okay. I thought I was losing my mind. That was super trippy. The heck? Alright, it legit just sounded like somebody was running in that direction. It's like literally right over there. But I don't see anybody. I would have seen like an animal or something. Alright, this area is kind of strange. I guess we'll camp out a little longer. Damn, it is getting cold. Gotta put my gloves on. Might have to start a little fire or something just to keep warm. So I'm still just kind of waiting. That dude hasn't shown up. And, getting a little chilly, but I figured since we're still technically in the haunted mining town, we might as well run the spirit box and just kind of see what we come up with. And so far this ghost tube has been working pretty good. Knife. It just said knife as soon as I opened it. Okay, what about a knife? Well, if there's anybody here, anybody who maybe used to live in the village here, maybe used to work in the mines. Can you tell me if there's like a mine somewhere back there? Or maybe who I saw? You can talk to me using this, like you just did. It'll translate from Japanese to English, which is useful. It just said no. Flat out no. So you don't want to talk to me. Is that it? What if I go closer back towards the actual mines? I saw some of your homes. Those were pretty cool. I don't know why this area gives me like such a weird vibe. Like, it's just been creepy since the moment we got here. Mind you, it's very gloomy and dark right now. But, like, that's kind of one of the reasons, and that normally doesn't happen. I'm always open to adventure. But, like, going further in, the weather was constantly changing. I was kind of panicking a little bit, not gonna lie. Is that it? You just don't want to say anything? You just don't want to talk. Can I ask what your name is, at the very least?
God.
It just said God. What about God? Do you believe in God? Are you a Christian? Shinto? Buddhist? I'm a Catholic myself. Okay, I hear whistling directly behind me. Can you tell me who I saw? Was that a real person, or was that somebody who passed away, if you know? Huh. Weird. Alright, well, seeing as how I have a few extra fire starters, and I kind of need to use them up because I don't think I can bring them on the plane with me. Throat? What happened to your throat? I'm going to build a fire so that way we can chill here for a little bit. Not too long, but I'm just curious as to, like, who the hell that person was that ran off into the woods. Like, are they actually living out there? Whoa. The light just went out. Did you do that? The hell? Is it dead? This battery was fully charged. Oh no, it still has juice. What the heck?
Locked.
Locked? Yeah, that was weird. That light never does that. Can you do that again? Can you turn that light off? That was actually kind of cool if that was paranormal.
I can't say.
I can't say. So you're not sure if you can do it. Okay, I got it. Alright, well, I guess we'll hang out for a little bit. I'm gonna have to scavenge some wood, which there's a decent amount kind of lying around. We'll start a little bonfire so we can wait it out a little bit. Time to start grabbing some wood. Luckily there's a lot. If we can break them. I don't know, but it's good wood, it looks like. I guess I'll start with the smaller bits first. Luckily there's quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually set up the campfire down there so we're just far enough from the main road. And obviously the car, because we don't want to set that on fire. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. Just grab a nice big pile. And I'll bring it all over. Yeah, right. Good luck with that one. Damn. Alright, well, this here we'll have to do. I'm gonna actually go see if there's a bunch over there, instead of bringing it all over. Well, the wood itself doesn't look too wet, but should be well enough to start. There's plenty of pieces just kind of lying all over the place. I feel like it's been forever since we actually camped out. I think the last camping thing that I actually did was Aokigara. But yeah, this might be the last camping video for a little bit. I'm working on some locations when I go to the Philippines, but I think it's mostly going to be vacation, exploring, kind of travel vlogging, and I'm excited. It's a new place to kind of explore and discover. Alright, I'm going to grab some more and then we'll get going here. Alright, time to break these into little tiny pieces. Let's get as much tinder as we possibly can. It's been a little quiet now for the last little bit. Haven't heard anything too crazy. The person still hasn't come out. Damn, it is getting really cold here. I didn't really do enough research into the actual location of this place, and I did not realize that we were coming into a very mountainous area. But the weather's been kind of back and forth the last couple of days. So one day it's like 24 degrees Celsius, the next day it's 5. So huge fluctuations. I mean, it's still technically just the end of winter, I guess, over here. I guess technically it's spring now. Yeah, I'm actually glad at least all this stuff is pretty dry, so it should light reasonably well. I keep hearing something. It almost sounds like I'm hearing like howling coming from over there. Okay. Should have a decent stash of wood. I just heard something whistle back there. It was faint, but I know I heard it. What is going on with that area? Super weird. Oh, that should be enough to get started. What I'm curious, and this is kind of why I want to start a campfire, I want to see if we end up with kind of like a similar effect like we had in Aokigara. And when we did one there, it was crazy because the flames were like this tall. So let's see if we end up with essentially the same effect. This might actually be pretty funny. Okay. I mean, it could have just been from the fire starter itself, which these fire starters are funny because they're just like almost like rubber. Just stick it right in there. Lighter. They do light really easily though. That is for sure. Alright, let's break some more small pieces. Okay, see, that sounds like machinery. Try not to get too distracted. Hey, stop trying to attack me wood. Oh, well, that should provide a good amount of heat, shortly anyway. Whew, it's getting smoky. This wood is definitely a little wet. That's a lot better. At least we can keep our hands warm while we just kind of see what happens out here. I did actually stop and found some stories about this place, and one of them's interesting. So I'll get to those in a few moments. I'm just basically trying to warm up my hands. Almost below freezing now. You know, I thought coming here we were going to avoid winter, but no, of course not. Oh, that's nice. Not trying to make the biggest fire in the world, but just enough to keep us comfortable while we camp out here for a little bit. Oh, looks like we're getting some high shooting flames. Okay, so we essentially found two wild stories about this specific area, and the first one is about a girl named Aya. Now keep in mind that these were in Japanese, so I had to do a translation, and hopefully the translation is accurate enough, but I think we'll get the gist of it. So the first one is actually a phantom road sighting. Aya gripped the steering wheel tightly as she navigated the winding mountain road. It was past midnight, and the road leading away from the abandoned Nichitsu mine, which I think is, well, I mean, the whole road, I'm just trying to figure out like which side we're on right now, was barely lit by the car's headlights. She had spent, oh, I'm like literally falling over. I want my coffee, it's all the way over there. Let me get through this story first. She spent the entire afternoon exploring the decayed building, snapping photos of the rusted mining equipment and forgotten relics of long-gone community. I think this was a while ago because it seems like now, I guess, too many explorers have kind of gone in there and they've kind of, you know, closed it off a little bit. I guess that's what is the situation at the moment, is what it is. I mean, I came here intending to do an explore. I knew there was some haunted history behind this place, but I didn't know all of this. So the trees swayed, the darkness felt heavy, passing on all sides. The trees swayed in the cold wind, their branches clawing at the sky. The radio had cut out miles ago, leaving only the sound of the trees humming against the cracking asphalt. What the hell? I sort of just heard like yelling. Okay, anyway. The humming against the cracked asphalt. Then she saw him. A figure stood in the middle of the road. Aya's heart lurched. She slammed the brakes, the tires skidding on the damp road as her body jolted forward. The man, a gaunt, shadowy figure, didn't move. His face was obscured by the glare of her headlights, his posture rigid. Aya squeezed her eyes shut for a split second before impact. Thud. Her breath caught in her throat. She had hit him. She threw the car into park and bolted out, her hands shaking. The cold night air bit at her skin as she ran around the front of the car, expecting to see the man laying on the ground, but there was nothing. Aya spun in frantic circles, her eyes darting to the roadside ditches, the tree line, the dark expanse beyond the headlights' reach. No body, no blood, no sign of impact. Her pulse pounded in her ears. Then she heard it, a whisper just behind her. "You shouldn't be here." Aya whirled around, her breath a sharp gasp, but the road was empty. Only the wind, the rustling leaves answered her. A sinking dread settled in her stomach. She scrambled back into the car, locking the doors as if that would keep out whatever she had just witnessed. Her foot slammed on the accelerator and she sped down the mountain road, her headlights cutting through the thick blackness. She didn't stop until she reached the lights of the nearest town. That is crazy, but there's one more that's actually even crazier in my opinion. I mean, that's pretty nuts. I'm kind of glad I've never experienced that because I would literally shit my pants. But this one is the man in the woods. Takeshi zipped his tent closed and sat by the fire, staring into the dying. Hearing some really weird sounds. As he sat by the fire watching the dying embers, the night was quiet, too quiet. Even the unusual hum of insects seemed muted. He had set up camp just outside the abandoned Nichitsu mining village, drawn by a mix of curiosity and the thrill of exploring Japan's forgotten places. Kind of like what we're doing right now. Interesting. By the day, the village had an eerie but fascinating, its empty buildings standing like hollowed-out memories of the past. But now, under the moon's pale glow, the silence felt oppressive. Then he heard it, a rustling in the underbrush. Not the skittering of a small animal, but something larger. His grip tightened on his flashlight as he turned his head toward the sound. A man. He was running, sprinting out of the darkness between the trees. His clothes were disheveled, his figure grunted, his face, barely visible in the dim light, looked wild with fear. The man didn't slow down, didn't even acknowledge Takeshi. He just ran, his breath ragged, his bare feet crunching against the dead leaves. Now, the person that I saw had shoes. I definitely saw that. Takeshi's camp vanishing in the deep woods as suddenly as he had appeared. Takeshi sat frozen, his breath caught in his throat, his mind raced. A hiker? Someone from a nearby town? But something was wrong. The way the man moved, frantic, desperate. It was as if he was running from something. Takeshi stood slowly, his flashlight beam shaking slightly in his hands as he pointed it toward the trees where the man had emerged. Nothing, only the stillness of the forest and the towering silhouette of the abandoned mining buildings in the distance. That's crazy. There's a little bit more to it, but it's not really relevant. But in my opinion, I just gotta stretch my leg because sitting like that is kind of awkward. But in my opinion, like at first I kind of thought maybe that guy was a hiker, maybe he needed help. So that's kind of why I was like slowing down, saying hello. I was going to pull over and see if he actually needed some assistance. Not that I'd really be able to translate, because for some reason over here the internet just doesn't really work. It's like sporadic. It works on and off, but it takes literally forever. And then all of a sudden he just turns and bolts in this direction. So I don't know what I saw, but it seems like there's a lot of stories so far. I mean, I'll keep digging to see if there's more, but so far those were the two most relevant ones to what happened to us, which I didn't even expect to happen. So that is, that's kind of crazy. Oh man. You know what I forgot to bring today was my tea kettle. I cannot believe I forgot that. So I figured, let's run the spirit box one more time and kind of see what happens. Alright, well, if you're still here and you want to communicate, and communicate again on this, can you tell me who this man is that people keep seeing? I saw him myself earlier, I think.
Cleaning.
Cleaning? The man is cleaning? Did he used to... Ooh, it got really hot for a second. Did he used to clean the mine? Can you tell us his name? Or if the man himself is around here, can he either show himself to me, or maybe communicate with me on this?
It's a hard time.
It's a hard time. Like specifically right now is hard? I keep hearing something over there. It's like as if somebody's talking. Somebody down there? Well, looks like we got the same effect as Aokigara.
Loss.
Loss? What's lost? What do you mean? Whoa, what was that? It legit just sounded like something like fell over here. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell? It literally almost just sounded like somebody ran by.
Why are you asking?
Okay. What was that? Hang on a second,
Let me show you.
let me show you. What? Okay, that was really creepy. It legit sounded like something moved right by here. What the hell? Is there something here? Something I can't see? There's no like animals or anything, right? I didn't see anything. I just heard it. What the fuck? For like a second I thought I saw something over there, but I think it's just the way the trees are. Okay. Well, this place is pretty creepy. I was not expecting this today, that's for sure. Damn. Okay. So I'm kind of inclined to maybe go driving up and down the road and just see if we see anything. And then after that, pretty much got to start heading to Tokyo. I mean, I didn't plan on staying out here all night because I have to go back because I got to bring this thing back. So I guess we can do that. I mean, I'll wait another like few minutes. I've been hearing a lot of really weird noises, and I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know if they're just like kind of resonating from the water or something. But yeah, interesting experience out here so far, I have to say. So I'm gonna finish my coffee. I might eat a little bit more food before we do that and then start driving back. We got a long drive back. It's like 3 hours. There's a lot of winding mountain roads. Thought I heard something back there, but yeah, and then our next adventure awaits us in the Philippines, basically. I am going to aim to do at least a few like locations out there. We'll see what we end up coming up with. I got to do a little bit of research. I do know of one kind of near where my vacation spot is. I don't really want to go and do it while I'm kind of vacationing, but we'll see. We'll see what we decide to do. But so far Japan was fun. I am coming back here at some point, so there is going to be more things to do. There's still more locations I have to go and investigate, just because I wasn't able to do them all in this last month, but man, did we ever do a lot. I want to go back to the forest as well, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much all she wrote for now. Also, cold coffee in Japan is amazing. Probably loaded with sugar, but I wouldn't know. It's not in English. Alright, so what we're going to do here, I'm going to basically drive all the way up to where we went to earlier. And I do got to be careful because, yeah, that's why. These roads are kind of wonky, and it's a little hard to see now that it's dark. Let's just make sure we stay on the road at the very least. But let's see if we see anything. All right, here we go. Oh man, it's so creepy. The one thing is with this car, it's like the dash is so damn big. It's hard to like see ahead of you. Well, at least when filming anyway. It is just so damn creepy out here. So that's one of the buildings. I would have loved to go and explore the rest, but unfortunately that's just not going to happen. Sorry guys, I had to adjust the microphone a little bit. There's this creepy little building right here. So many potholes and random rocks you have to look out for. Just like this one. And it seems like every time I go by, there's more. Just kind of plopped right in the middle of the damn road. There's like a green flashing light. What is that? Yeah, there's like some random green light out there. What is that? Huh. Weird. I don't even remember what's down there. Interesting. Okay, high beams on. They should be turning on automatically, but for some reason they're not. Oh boy. These roads are fun. I would have definitely much preferred to have my Subaru over this, to do this anyway. Okay, I'm hoping I caught that on camera, but I could have sworn I saw like something kind of shadowy move down there. Like kind of towards the middle of the tunnel. I don't see anything. What the hell? There's like water falling from inside the tunnel. Yeah, I could have sworn like I saw almost like a shadowy figure. I'm hoping the camera caught that. Damn, this tunnel is crazy. I wonder if they built this themselves like a long time ago. Whoa. What the f was that? Okay, hold up. Is the tunnel collapsing? Okay, I gotta get the hell out of here. What? I swear I heard something like hit the car. Okay, that made me panic there for a second. Holy shit. What are these noises? Yo, if the tunnel were to collapse, that would really suck because that is literally the only way back out. Okay. Okay. I don't think the tunnel collapsed. Crisis averted. Holy shit, man. I thought I just... For like a second, I thought I saw somebody there on the road. Okay, maybe I'm just tripping. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So those two vans that were here earlier are gone. There was literally like two vans parked right here, like all day. And I was looking for where they were, so that way I could like ask them if I could go in, but I didn't find them. Damn, this is just so creepy. Yeah, I legit thought I saw somebody. So I saw like a weird shadowy figure thing in the tunnel, and I thought I saw a person like basically on the road. Definitely nobody here, that's for sure. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna turn around. In all honesty, the roads past this point get a little questionable, in my opinion. But I'm gonna turn back around. I'm gonna go and see what's going on at that tunnel. Let's just hope that that thing literally doesn't collapse, because that is our only way out of here. I mean, I think we could go around, but yeah, talk about pain in the butt. Okay, we're back at the tunnel. Let's see if we see something again. I don't know if it's just because it's really dark and shadowy in here. Yeah, it could be. Okay, well, good news is the tunnel didn't collapse. It is freaking cool. It's creepy as all hell, but it's still really cool. Wow. Alright guys, I think that's where I'm going to probably end this off. I mean, if I encounter anything else kind of on the drive, because I can't hold the camera the entire time driving through these roads. Otherwise, we're just never going to get back to Tokyo at this point. But this was definitely a weird one, to say the least. This area is odd. It would have been cool to explore that, but I mean, we got to see quite a bit of at least the houses and all that. And I don't know what the deal was with that person who ran off into the woods. That was another friggin' weird one. So yeah, I don't really know, but I hope you enjoyed it regardless. Like I said, I think the next thing you guys are probably going to see, at least on the main channel, is going to be the Philippines. So like I said, very much looking forward to that adventure. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new, if you like this sort of content, you know, abandoned, haunted, creepy, camping, traveling. It's just kind of all mixed up. It's all over the place right now. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye-bye.